Everybody doing great. Every
Everybody have a
woman,
good Mother's
all the
Day.
moms out there reeling from their Mother's Day extravaganzas.
You know what I
We
got
all
for Mother's Day?
What'd you get?
A rock in my windshield.
Are you serious?
I went to go see T-Bone. I went to go visit T-Bone yesterday, and I pull onto 465, and like a gigantic rock just like slams into my windshield. I was very proud of myself for not like completely freaking out and wrecking. Like I just noticed it, and I was like, wow, that was a big hit. And then I just kept on driving. But it's big. Like it is a big old. So I'm going to have to do safe flight repair, safe flight replace.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
no fun.
That's what I got. I mean, I also got dinner and it was really nice. But other than that,
I thought you were going to pull the whole joke. What did you get for Mother's Day? Stretch marks and a fat ass. I thought you were going to like pull that whole meme with me. I was going to go, no,
I like
that's
that.
true. You look great. You look really great. Yeah.
I got a big old ding in my windshield.
That sucks.
Yeah.
We went to breakfast and then I came home and I promptly took a nap.
That's perfect.
It was such a great day, you guys. It was a really
That's how you
day.
do.
That's how you do. You guys, if you haven't joined Locals, you should do that. You should join Locals because Facebook is about this close to nuking us. That's
unfortunately.
We can feel it. We can feel it. Feel it. Come on.
It's not a good vibration, you guys.
No,
it's not.
It's not a
good vibration.
It's not, but we can feel it. I know that we keep telling that to you, but really we're very, very close. Like they're doing weird things to us. They're just not into us. They're not.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Join Locals if you can, locals.com. It's Dave Rubin's baby. And you can say all the things. You can do all the things. You can be a crazy right-wing nut job patriot out there. They don't care.
You can be extreme MAGA.
You can. You can totally do that, and they're still going to love you. So do that.
That's right.
Join Locals, and then be a chick subscriber out there, and we'll be there too. So
someone said Mock got stoned. That's exactly right. That's
love it.
That's totally fantastic. Right. That's what happened.
She did. Naughty girl.
Okay, so I thought what might be fun before we get to nitty gritty videos today, because there's a lot, especially about the border, to get to. Daisy and I had my sister ship back to us all the amazing gifts that people gave to us at our Arizona meet and greet. I mean, like it was so like many. Christmas morning.
My daughter was ripping into them. She's like, "They're all for me." This is what she does. Okay.
I mean, just amazing. Like so many people were so many thoughtful gifts. And one of the most amazing gifts was that the folks that were staying at the Hyatt got each of us a copy of the Trump Letters coffee table book.
Yep.
Extraordinary.
And signed it. Oh my God. I mean, so special. So very special.
And so what I did on Mother's Day morning it was on Saturday morning that I did this. Saturday morning, I woke up before everybody and I made myself coffee and I read the entire thing from cover to cover. And it was I just love it in so many ways. First of all, because like what an extraordinary piece of history, right? You can see all of these letters that span the length of Trump's career from just, hugely influential, famous celebrity politicians, whatever. And every single picture has a caption that is written 100% by Trump. There is no question about that.
which is great. Like, because most of these people will use ghostwriters.
Right.
So, I mean, that's a testament to him that he didn't do that. I love
that. Oh my gosh. There's no question. And I'll give you a couple of examples because I made some notes about this that I wanted to make sure to share with you guys. But also it's a beautiful book. Like the photographs are extraordinary. Mm-hmm. So everything about it is amazing. But I will say I went through the gamut of emotions. Like all the things that I love about Trump were in the book and made me feel like huge affection for him. The things that make me laugh about Trump when he's like extra trolly were in there. The things that make me insanely angry at him were in there. All of the things. I felt everything as I read through the book. And I wanted to give you some highlights and some little pieces of information that you might not know because I didn't know. They were like news to me kind of things. So one of the things that I thought was super trolly, this is like the kind of thing that made me laugh. A couple things where, for example, he wrote about Bill Clinton. There was a thank you card that Trump sent to Bill Clinton for like some Christmas ornament or something that the Clintons got him. And so it was a letter from Trump to Bill Clinton. And then for each letter, Trump would include a picture of that person, right? So the picture that he chose of Bill Clinton was of him and Monica.
Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. Oh my God.
That's the kind of shit that just,
you just love it. You just love him.
I laughed so hard. So hard. Then there was a letter from Willie Brown, because apparently I did not realize that Willie Brown and Trump were in a helicopter together and faced an emergency landing, which obviously they both survived, but it was like super scary. So they had that thing in common. And for Willie Brown's caption, he wrote, quote, "His time with Kamala in retrospect turned out to be very interesting, but only he can tell that story." I mean, I just cannot deal. Like, it's so funny. And then just a factoid, Michael Jackson, there was a thank you from Michael Jackson for something. He stayed in Trump Tower. He had an apartment in Trump Tower for some time at some point in his life.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Right? Okay, and he played video games with Eric and Don Jr. So the three of them would play video games. And here was the coolest tidbit, that the three of them built a model of Trump Tower out of Legos. What isn't that the most extraordinary memory for them?
That is really cool. Yeah, that's just interesting tidbit stuff, right? That's really cool. And how cool is that for Eric and Don Jr., right?
I mean,
that is really neat. I don't know. To tell their kids. I totally did a Trump Lego tower with the King of Pop. It's really cool. Yeah. That's kind of neat.
I'm going to tell you some more stuff, but first I want to make sure to mention our friends at Rough Greens, because if you want your dog to live its longest, healthiest life, and I know you do, because all of our peeps out here love their dogs, Rough Greens is a fantastic way to promote your dog's health. This is the brainchild of Dr. Dennis Black, who is the founder of Rough Greens. He's a naturopathic doctor, totally focused on improving the health of dogs. And he does it by including in this bag of Rough Greens, it's RUFF greens. It's 100% natural blend of vitamins and minerals, digestive enzymes, antioxidants, probiotics, omega oils, stuff that is so good for your dog and that your dog really, really needs. And so it's kind of like doing an oil change for your dog. It's not something that you may necessarily notice an immediate result from, like when you get your oil changed in your car, but you're helping extend the life of your car. Same idea, except that after a few weeks, you are going to notice changes in your dog. You're going to notice that their breath smells better, that their coat looks shinier. You're going to notice some tangible differences, and you can try it for absolutely free. You can get a Jumpstart trial bag for free of Rough Greens. You just pay shipping by going to Rough Chicks, RUFF Chicks.com. That's roughchicks.com. And you should, because you're going to love it.
They tell you that Coda's eating the little sticks. That's only because he can't have regular bones, but Rough Greens has a brand of they look like bones, but they're not. They're like little chew sticks. And he's having one of those a day, and he loves, and it keeps him busy for 15 minutes, so he's not destroying my house. Just FYI, everybody.
Oh,
if you have a puppy.
Gosh. Okay, couple more highlights that I just wanted to share from the book. So there was some okay, so some of the stuff that makes me laugh, where I don't think he means to be funny, but he just accidentally is funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was when he shared a letter with from George H.W. Bush, and he said about him, quote, "I learned much when he made his famous statement, 'Read my lips, no new taxes,' and then almost immediately raised taxes. That didn't work out too well. Almost as bad was when he kept talking about 1,000 points of light, and nobody really knew what the hell he was talking about. What did it all mean?" He's just so accidentally funny.
I know, right?
Oh my God. And then here's an interesting, juicy tidbit. He was tight with JFK Jr. Who?
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah. And
okay,
I
can see
him and
that.
Carolyn really well.
Carolyn Bessette, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here's what he said about them. He said, quote, he had a very interesting relationship with Carolyn. They were desperately in love, but would scream at each other all day. Whatever it was, it worked. They were a very hot and attractive couple. That's what he said about.
And remember, he started that magazine, George. Remember?
Yeah. And he put him on the cover.
Right. Yeah. That's so interesting. That's very, very interesting.
Right? I thought so too.
That would have been interesting to see what happened to that dude, you know?
Yeah. Like, would he have gone like super political? Like, what?
I think he would have. I totally.
And he's like literally probably the handsomest man.
Oh my God. Yeah. And his wife. I mean, they just,
gorgeous couple.
It would have been very interesting just to see like how far he would have, and he would have totally run for office.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would have groomed him for that for sure.
Here's another thing that just is funny about him. When he was talking about Prince Albert II of Monaco, he shared a letter from Prince Albert and he said, he's a really good guy whose mother, not that I would ever talk about beauty, is one of the greatest beauties of all time. And what was funniest about that quote
I'm not going to talk about it.
Right.
I'm not going to talk about it.
The funniest thing about it is that already 7 different times before that page, he had talked about women being beautiful.
But I'm not going to talk. We're not going to talk about beauty, you guys. We're not going to talk about it.
He's just so ridiculous. Okay. And then the 2 things that made me angry. This is the kind of stuff that makes me crazy about him. So about Mario Cuomo. And this is the stuff that lets you into his brain a little bit. About Mario Cuomo, he said, quote, I was a big supporter of Mario Cuomo, never asked him for anything. But then I did ask him for a favor, something very easy for him to have done, and he turned me down. I was furious with him and never spoke to him again. I felt him to be extremely disloyal. And this is the stuff that makes me crazy.
It's the loyalty thing. Yeah. Yeah. He's really big on loyalty.
Man, but like it's to a weird ass fault. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just so weird. And then this is the one that just made me the angriest about President Xi. So he had some sort of postcard from President Xi and he says, he is essentially president of China for life. And anyone who can pull that off deserves lots of credit. He'll be around for a long time to come. And I'm like, that's like saying anybody who could pull off the Holocaust deserves a lot of credit. Like, why would you praise in any way a tyrant?
A dictator, right?
What in the world? Why would he say that? Like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm just like, what the F is wrong with you, dude?
Yeah, it's not okay.
Oh my God.
That's not a good thing.
That's
not something to praise. Yeah.
So this is the thing. I had all the emotions, right? Because I was like, oh my God, I love Trump. Look at how, and the other thing I love about him is how generous he was. Like he gave thousands and thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to so many different charities. And so you see a lot of these letters from people thanking him for donations that he made to various different, I mean, he's got an incredibly generous heart. But then it's just like, why does he have to be so psycho about other things? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me insane.
Yeah. The G thing is really weird.
Yeah, I didn't like it. But anyway, highly, highly, highly recommend everybody grab a copy because it's it's a beautiful book. It's great for coffee table. It's called Letters to Trump. And shut up. Like all the people that are like, there you go on your Trump rant. I just spent a whole bunch of time complimenting the dude. Okay. So I'm allowed to actually be critical when it's due. Are you going to defend what he said about Xi? Have at it. And then tell me if you're a conservative. Oh my God, people have got to calm down. Okay. So
and also thank you again to all the people that signed that for us and gave that to us because seriously, what a wonderful, wonderful gift that was. Just fantastic. So
wow.
Thank you. Thank you
what
to
a
everybody.
Treat. Yeah, really, truly. I mean, it's right there on my shelf. I like totally cherish it. Love it. Love it.
And then for those of you who are don't defend commies. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't defend commies. Sometimes even people that you like say stuff that you can disagree with. Okay. Yeah. Like, is that okay for me to freaking point it out, you psychos? I didn't mean to do that. But I did mean to say thank you to Michael Stellar. Good morning, chicks, watching you while having my morning coffee. Well, I hope it's Bone Frog and that you're getting yourself appropriately boned.
It's gotta be. No, we're not starting the show at 7:30 until June the 5th. June the 4th. Yes. I'm sorry. Is that a Monday?
No, 5th. It's
5th. June the 5th. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's Tuesday. Is that a Tuesday?
It is?
I think it's a Tuesday.
Well, then it's not that. Then I'm wrong. We're starting it on whatever that first Monday in June is.
It's June the 5th. You're right. It's a Monday.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, June 5th.
My husband.
So yeah, we'll be moving it by 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys ready to do some video stuff? Because there's some, things are going down for real at the border. And so I've got a little bit of a montage to kind of explain what happened with the Florida federal judge, because a Florida federal judge stopped Biden from just being able to willy-nilly send people out into the United States the way that he was trying to do. And so you're going to hear first just a general report, I think from CNN, explaining what happened with that federal judge. You're then going to see Mayorkas reacting to it, which, by the way, the order has helped keep things less horrible. I mean, things are still awful at the border.
Oh, freaking figure.
But it has helped. So you'll hear Mayorkas's reaction to that. And then you're going to hear from Bill Malugin, who's going to tell you exactly what's going on the ground. And then you're going to see 3 extraordinary videos that will enrage you about the reality of what's happening at the border. So it's a lot of meat here in this montage, and it's all important. Check it out.
There is some news, though, overnight. A federal judge in Florida put a temporary restraining order on the Biden administration to keep them from releasing migrants without court dates and without a way of tracking them. You know, that was a story we first broke on NBC News, that they were going to be issuing that memo. The head of the Border Patrol did issue that memo. Florida is saying that that is something that they can't handle, and the judge is stepping in to put a restraining order on that. So it's a matter now of seeing, how does the Border Patrol combat what could be a massive overcrowding, could be a public health issue, if they aren't able to release migrants. But in cities like this, they're asking for more funding from the federal government, more help from FEMA. They say that in the coming days, they could really see a lot of people here sleeping on the streets with nowhere to go and needing their help.
Oh my God.
They're asking the federal government for more money, you guys. Who's that again?
That's us. That's totally us. Yeah.
Right?
And I'm assuming you're going to show some footage from Mayorkas, but Mayorkas is actually mad.
He's furious at this rule.
He's mad at the rule. Like, what the hell? When you see him being mad at the rule, you're like, what is my head? It starts exploding. Like, he's like, this is just wrong. Oh
my God. And that's the next clip is right here. You're going to see Mayorkas reacting to this rule.
So, Julia, we had heard the expectation
only to official government communications.
So, Mr. Secretary, I want to get your reaction to something that's happened overnight. A Florida judge blocked an emergency program known as Parole with Conditions, which would have allowed some migrants arriving at the U.S. southern border to enter the country for a limited amount of time while they await processing. Can you tell us what sort of impact will that decision have, and will the administration be appealing?
Very harmful ruling, attacking a practice that prior administrations have used. It's not new, but let me share with you what happens. First of all, the majority of individuals will be removed. When a Border Patrol facility is overcrowded, we screen and vet the individuals in our custody, and then we release them for them to go into immigration enforcement proceedings.
Which means that they stick around for 4 years until a court date that they never show up to.
Right, exactly.
God.
It's harmful, you guys. It's harmful. Oh my
God.
God, this guy, it's unbelievable.
Someone called him a grape, and which I think is perfect.
He is. He's just an insufferable, smug jerk, this guy. And he wants to destroy the country. This is what they want to do. It's harmful. The only thing that's harmful is their policies. That's what's harmful. 6 million people illegal. I mean, it's like, that's what's harmful. It's going to destroy our country. Good job, Mayorkas. Good job.
Oh my God. Well, here's Bill Malugin talking about what's really happening on the ground. And he goes head to toe with KJP, who's like, KJP wants to tell you one thing. It's a total lie. And he basically says as much.
Well, Martha, we heard Karine Jean-Pierre also say during that White House press briefing that mass releases are not happening here at the southern border. I can tell you that is categorically false. That is not the reality of what's happening on the ground here. We'll show you the reality. Take a look at this video we just shot right here in Brownsville 2 hours ago, showing large groups of migrants who had just been mass released walking around the downtown area near a bus terminal. You'll see some of them walking around with their folders, with their DHS paperwork. There's an NGO nearby who helps them with their travel documents. These are predominantly Venezuelans who have been mass released, and it's not new. We've been showing mass releases for over a year now.
I mean,
how would KJP know? How would she know? She's never been to Texas, I guarantee you, let alone to the border. How the hell would she know? Seriously. She's just making crap up on the podium. She's like, oh, everything's fine, you guys. Everything's fine. It's fine. Give me a break with these people.
Well, and then if you wonder about the kind of people that are now going to be just wandering around all over the United States.
It's families, right? It's families, isn't it? Isn't it poor, like children and escaping? They're refugees, right? It's like, it's babies, it's moms, isn't it? It's families, right?
And it's the best and brightest, right?
Oh, right. Yes.
No, here's what it really looks like.
You know, it's one thing if you came across, you requested asylum and you respected our country. But I'm sitting out here doing this interview. We're doing this live on Real America's Voice News. And all I'm doing is smelling weed. You got people sitting over here. I just came walking down this sidewalk. Got all these young guys, fighting age men, came across, pretending to request asylum, sitting here smoking weed, doing drugs. Just no regard for our laws, for our country. But it's not a surprise. I don't even fault them. We invited them in. The Democrats invited them in. Our cities are being overrun. This is what it looks like. But sadly, this is what it looks like in LA and San Francisco and in Chicago and in New York, all the back alleys, because this is what we've allowed into our country, lawlessness.
That's right.
Totally
and Joe and Kamala are the ones who invited him in during the election cycle. They were like, come on in, we'll give you free crap. Come on. They did this. This is what they said. We watched them do it. During their campaign, they stood up. Remember during the debates, they stood up on a stage and they were like, come on in. Of course, illegals are welcome. Smoke pot. It'll be great. Come on. It's all free. The taxpayers, those sucker taxpayers will pay for everything. I mean, essentially, that's what they said.
Yeah. So, I mean, we shouldn't be surprised by any of it at all.
And they voted for it. People voted for this crap. So
yeah, and they'll do it again.
Right. So like we always say, you get the government you deserve, you know, you get the country you deserve. And this is what everybody voted for. Well, this is what they essentially voted for, right? Because people have to show up to the polls, you guys, like in droves, you know, you got to drag people there.
And there's a guy that was on the border at night, and you're going to hear him put blame on Border Patrol in these two clips that you're about to see. What's happening is that there's these buses that on the down low, like as stealthily as possible, orders from Mayorkas. These buses come in the dead of night because they don't want the media, or any reporters or any, citizen journalists. They don't want any evidence of what's happening. But all of these buses make these super complicated going through ravines to get to where these migrants are. They're loaded on these buses, and then these buses just go into Texas and let them go. Like all over the place. And no, they don't want you to know about this, but this guy caught them in action. And what happens is that they try to put cars and trucks in front of the buses to prevent your view of the migrants getting on them. But he is there and he is calling them out, and he's rightly furious. I just think that, it's not Border Patrol that he should be mad at. But here are these two clips.
This bus, they have dozens, if not hundreds of these buses all throughout El Paso, all throughout Texas, taking illegal immigrants everywhere. And it's more important to protect the illegal immigrants and drive this bus through a ravine across the border so they can get them on without the American media seeing them. And this bus is going to take them somewhere deep in the heart of Texas, drop them off. But Border Patrol tells us the border's secure, nobody's crossing, nobody's coming in illegally, as it happens right in front of our face.
Move back. Move back. Move back. Thank you.
Yeah, get out of the way, Americans. There's illegals coming in. Get out of the way, dirty Americans. We got non-citizens we got to help. You dirty, stinking Americans. This isn't your country. Get out of the way. I'm so glad that we're making sure that the media can't see Biden's border invasion. They drive 30-foot buses through ravines so the media can't see Biden's border invasion, and they send border agents out here telling us it's not happening.
I have to let. I want you to go over there. Okay.
So they can block our cameras too? Yeah, make sure we can't see it. Very nice. Make sure nobody can see Biden's border invasion. The same Border Patrol agent that tried to shut me up said there was no illegal immigrants coming in just 20 minutes ago. So this is amazing stuff right here, isn't it?
See, you can see him getting on.
Just accept the state of our country. Make sure the illegal immigrants get better protection and more rights than everybody here. Unbelievable stuff. And
Yeah,
look,
it really is. It really is. But the thing is, depending on the media that saw it, they're not going to report it anyway. Do you think that MSNBC and CNN actually gives half a crap about that? They'd be like cheering it on. They don't care. You know, I mean, with the right wing networks, how many do we have? 2.
Do we have any anymore?
Right. It's like OAN. We have Fox is even like they're going left on us now. So it's like we have maybe 1 or 2 networks that actually give a crap about this stuff and report it. I mean, really, really report it. And so it's all the alternative networks. So really, he's like, the media is not going to report. The media is not going to report it anyway, dude. So it doesn't. You have to really look for this stuff. You have to dig for it to find the real story that's happening on the border. You really do. People are so clueless to this stuff. They have no idea what's actually happening, which is terrifying because it's just the whole soul of our country is changing. I mean, dramatically, and they just don't know. I mean, unless you live here, you just have no idea what's going on.
Gosh. I saw on Friday in our comments, somebody was asking, hey, what is the name of that oil that you guys promote? And so this is an example of a full-size bottle that you get from Fresh pressed oil. So this is the brainchild of TJ Robinson, who calls himself the olive oil hunter. And so essentially what happens is you can get this is a full-size bottle. You can get this for free, not this specific one, but like one of their amazing olive oils sent to you for free to try. And I'm telling you, as someone who did not give 2 craps about olive oil before he sent me this, I am a changed person because of this specific olive oil that you can get at chicksloveoliveoil.com. You can get a full-size bottle to try for free. All you pay is $1 for shipping. That is it. And you can try the olive oil that people are raving about. Anyone that has signed up to get this, I see it in the insiders and our supporters groups. They are like, it's life-changing. It's life-changing olive oil because it is the freshest of the freshest of the fresh. And you don't know, honestly, how long the olive oils in your supermarket have been there. That's the thing. You just don't know. And so, it just tastes like nothing else. I just don't, it makes everything that you cook, or even if you just have it like on salad as a dressing, it makes everything. Oh yeah, bread. You know what I did? I made that Italian stuff that you can make, like where you put some oil and then you put some Parmesan.
Seasoning, yeah,
and then you put some balsamic vinegar. I made that the other day, and garlic
in there, and then dip your bread in there.
Oh my God.
I know, right? It's so good.
And why would you not want to try a full-size bottle for free? Go to chicksloveoliveoil.com and you'll see what we're talking about. I promise you, your life is going to be changed.
It's good.
Also, Ted Cruz and 3 other senators went down, GOP senators, I should point out, went down to the border right as soon as Title 42 was expiring to see for themselves what was going on. And Ted Cruz was mad. I got a couple clips of him, one where he's just kind of describing the problem, and the second one where he is railing on one of the media members who's asking him some ridiculous question there. So you're going to see both of those. Pay close attention to the idiot who's in the background saying, let them cross. He's got a sign that says, let them cross. God. Let them cross over your doorstep, you asshole.
Put them on your guest. Sorry. Yeah. Put them in your guest bedroom or put them on your couch, you asshat. Yeah. I'm so sick of these people doing that. Where are they? Why are they not in your home, liberal?
Yeah,
exactly.
God, I mean, I could not believe I was seeing that. It made me so mad.
Yeah, and where are all the Democrats? It's crickets. They are nowhere to be found on the border. I mean, obviously he'll say that. I'm pretty sure he does. He's like, "Where's Biden? Where's AOC? Where are any? There are 0 Democrats to be found on the border. Zero. Where are the celebrities?
Yeah.
Where are all the crying celebrities? They are so silent. It's like, it's deafening how silent they are. It's crazy.
And yeah, he does call out AOC in one of these. I'll just let him run back to back so you can see this whole thing without interruption. Here it is.
This is a decision that was made by President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and congressional Democrats to open up the border to what is nothing less than an invasion. Ask yourself, why is President Biden not here? Why is Kamala Harris not here? Why is Elizabeth Warren not here? Why is AOC? She still owns the white pantsuit. Why is she not here with her head buried in her hands? Because they don't give a damn about the dead bodies. 6 weeks ago, I asked Secretary Mayorkas how many migrants died in the past year crossing illegally. He said, I don't know. The number's 853. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. What rate of illegal immigration did we have in 2020? Do you know anything? I asked you a question. How long have you been in office? Do you know anything? How long have you been in office? I've been in office 11 years now. Except you're okay. You don't get to argue with me. You asked your question. You asked your question. You don't get. You want to hold a press conference? You can do it over there. You want to hold a press conference? You can do it over there. How are you? So hold on. I'm going to answer his question. The talking point of the Democrats, which this media reporter happily parrots, is, gosh, the problem can't be fixed. There's one little problem with that. It is an utter and complete lie. In 2020, the last year of the Trump presidency, we had the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. You ask, what have I done? I've championed the men and women of Border Patrol. I've championed securing the border. I've championed Remain in Mexico. And we turned this problem around and solved it. And we went from Joe Biden inherited the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. And the first day in office, he made political decisions to cause this problem. And you should be ashamed of yourself because you're a reporter and you're not reporting facts. You're telling lies. Joe Biden made a political...
I love that.
That guy in the hat has got to be from Austin. He's got to be. He probably just drove in his Subaru. And he's just like, I'm here. Like, here I have my artisanal bread in the truck. And I just drove in from Austin. Everything's great. What a jerk that guy is. Let him cross. Okay.
Gosh, just
I
ridiculous.
cannot with these people. Can't.
And then did you hear that too? There was like somewhere in upstate New York, I guess there was some couple, an American couple who'd rented out, they'd booked 30 hotel rooms in a hotel for their wedding that was supposed to be on the weekend. And they got all their rooms canceled because Mayor Adams sent a busload of migrants to fill that hotel. So an American couple got kicked out. They had to like scramble to figure out what they're going to do with 30 different couples that they were housing at this hotel for their wedding, for an American wedding
that that they booked probably 20 weeks prior.
Right.
I would be suing so many people.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Laura, I would be lawyering up and suing Adams. I would be suing him. I'd be like, you got to be kidding me. There's just no way I'd let that lie. There's no way. Could you imagine? Listen, and brides get pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Brides, talk about a bridezilla. That woman was probably on a rampage. She was losing her shit.
Without question.
Oh, my God. Brides are the worst.
I'm sorry, American. You lose your rights because we got to house these illegals that came here breaking the law.
I'm sorry, American bride. Yeah.
It's unreal.
Losing her mind. Yeah.
Oh my God. Unreal.
Wow. Not okay.
I have a montage for you guys of some presidential election-y kind of things. And so I just threw it all together, even though they don't necessarily relate to one another. But what you're about to see is DeSantis weighing in on the border crisis. And then you're going to see Trump. It's just one of these hilarious videos from him where he just decided on Truth Social, I need to rip on DeSantis for a minute. So it's like a 25-second video of him calling him DeSanctimonious and like saying he doesn't have a personality. But my favorite part of it is at the end where he's like, thank you very much.
People are going to get so mad at you for even playing this morning.
No, but it's so funny because he's like, I'm going to just like lay down some insults and then I'm going to thank everybody for for
letting
doing
me
it.
do that. For letting
It's
me
so,
do that.
it's so
Okay.
funny.
Okay.
Then there's a clip of Chris Sununu, who still has not made a decision. And by the way, neither is DeSantis.
I
Like,
was
these
going
two
to
are not
say,
in.
DeSantis hasn't
Right.
either.
Which, what is that? Like, what is it? Why does Trump keep going after DeSantis, but not people who are actually in the race?
Because
is there like some sort of an agreement with him and Vivek and Nikki and
no, because he's probably, I think he's most afraid of DeSantis. He's going to go after the guy who he's most afraid of, who's his biggest threat, and that is DeSantis. Of course, he's going to go after the biggest threat, which is crazy because he hasn't even thrown. He was going after him months ago.
Yeah,
which was crazy to me because I said it on this show. I'm like, why is he going after a guy who's not even freaking running? I mean,
he's still doing it.
He should be going after Vivek. He should be going after, Nikki Haley. He should be going after the people who are actually effing running. But he's not doing that. So weird to me.
And then there's also a clip with Chris Sununu, who's another person who's considering getting in, hasn't gotten in, but who's talking a lot about getting in.
Mm-hmm.
And he's asked, I like him. I really like Chris Sununu. He is a very outgoing, sort of charismatic personality.
Yeah.
But he's asked, I don't remember who's asking the question, but someone asks him, oh, I know who it is. It's freaking Psaki. He was on Psaki's show. And Jen asked him, hey, anybody on the GOP side who's going to run is going to have to answer the same question that was posed to Trump during the CNN town hall, which is, would you sign a federal abortion ban? And Trump could not answer that question. Like, he danced around it, could not answer it, would not answer it in the CNN town hall. Chris Sununu, I think, has created a blueprint for how every Republican should answer the question. He answers it perfectly. So there's that. And then at the end of this montage is a whole other Republican from Texas who I've literally never heard of, who is also thinking about running for president on the GOP side. So you'll see that at the end. Okay. So I mean, like, this, it's just a free for all at this point. Like, so many people are considering it, and it's going to be,
love it.
I know it's just absolute insanity. So anyway, it kicks off with DeSantis, and then Trump ripping on DeSantis. We'll start there.
Also need to restore a sense of normalcy about, we are a nation that has borders. Our sovereignty as a people matters. Don't tell me foreigners can just decide to come across the border when they want to. We decide who comes into this country as Americans.
Why is that
we
so
have
hard?
every right to have that border secured and not have this disaster unfolding. I tell you this, someone's like, well, what would you do? It's like, I'd shut down the border immediately.
Right.
Why are we letting this happen to our country?
Yeah, this isn't brain surgery. Why is this
Right?
so freaking hard for everybody? And that dude is holding the sign saying, let him cross. You don't get to decide that, you jerk. I mean, why is this? This is not a hard thing to understand. Everybody else, all other countries have borders. And
That's actually what defines a nation.
I mean,
You know how I know? Look at a freaking map.
right. This is not a hard concept. Like, a 2-year-old understands this. If you look, you have like a puzzle where they do the little country puzzles, right? That's how you do the puzzles. Like, everybody has a border. This is not a hard concept to grasp, but for some reason, everybody in this country seems to not be able to grasp it. It's like, what? It doesn't make you racist or xenophobic or anything like that. Everybody else, you go to any other country and they respect their borders. Do we call them racist and xenophobic?
No, we help them build walls.
Right. Where our taxpayer money is going to like other weird countries that I like, some of us have never even heard of, to build their freaking walls. So why can't we build one here? It's just ridiculous how people like approach this subject in this country. It's asinine. Like,
and I don't know. Trump isn't the only one that makes this claim about DeSantis that he has no personality. I think he has plenty of personality. I don't know why. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand the no personality comment.
And
but
I'm not sure why that matters when you're running for president. It's kind of like a CEO. I don't give a crap what my CEO, like, if he's out there going, hey, I'm a used car salesman. I don't care. Just
do the things.
You need to be able to run the country. You need to be able to run the company as a CEO. You need to be able to run the country as the president. I don't really care so much about you being charismatic. I don't. It matters to some people, though, apparently.
It does. It does. And it matters to Trump, who you're going to see next.
It's hurting people. The drugs are pouring into the country. Americans are dying for what's going on at that border. Criminal aliens are getting into this country. Even people on the terrorist watch list are getting into this country. No, you deserve to have a secure border. You deserve to have the rule of law. Someone comes across the border, stop them and send them back on the other side of the border. Don't give them a piece of paper and say you come back for a court date in 4 years. What kind of a deterrence is that?
The problem with Ron DeSanctimonious is that he needs a personality transplant, and those are not yet available. Almost all congressmen and women that served with him and knew him well supported me, some of them surprisingly so because of their relationship with Ron. I would say that when it comes to lack of personality, Ron would be in a class with Asa Hutchinson, and that's not good. Ron's foreign trip was a total bomb. They didn't even know what he was doing there. What are you doing here, Ron? Why are you here? It was a mess. Thank you.
He should stick to policy. You know what I mean?
Really?
If he's gonna diss him, like just stick to policy issues. Like this is where it leaves people with a bad taste in their mouths, you know? Because you know how I feel about Trump. I really like Trump. But I look at
I want to, and then he does shit like this where I'm just like, shut up and just do the things that you're really good at.
Listen, you're in the DeSantis camp. I'm in the
I don't know. I might be in the Sununu camp. I don't know.
I'm in the nobody camp. Okay. So I'm pretty objective when it comes to this. And when I see stuff like this, I'm like, oh God, it just reminds me of high school. And then I just kind of roll my eyes and I go, can we just move along? You know, I can't deal. So this is the kind of stuff. I just hate this crap. I hate this crap about politics. I hate it. Just stick to the policies. And that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Like beat each other up about that. And everybody shut up. You know?
Okay. So here's Sununu next with Jen Psaki. And again, this is on the federal abortion ban question. Here it is.
Contemplating running for president. So I want to dive into a bunch of the issues that you've talked about and you have positions on. Trump was asked repeatedly if he'd sign a national abortion ban if it came to his desk. He wouldn't say. I mean, he was asked repeatedly. Can you categorically say you would or wouldn't sign an abortion ban?
Not only would I not sign a national abortion ban, but nobody should be talking about signing a national abortion ban. Look, Dobbs said that states are going to can make their own decisions. So they will. And this is not a national argument where the pro-life is ever going to win or the pro-choice movement is ever going to win. It's never going to be won. So let's have those battles at the state level. What Mississippi wants is probably very different than California or New Hampshire or New York or Missouri. So let the states decide, because the accountability of those decisions by the governors and the legislature are held directly with those voters. If they don't like it, they can make the change. That's actually good government. That's what again, I don't think the founding fathers had battles on abortion rights envisioned when they created this country. But the process by which we hammer out tough issues should always be handled at a more localized level, because the voters have more power. They have more say. They can design the path for their communities in a much better way, as opposed to a one-size-fits-all out of that building over there. That's rarely the answer.
Amen. Oh my God. Amen.
Right?
To that. That's exactly
perfect answer.
That's how all of us should be looking at this. Because he understands government. Oh my God. Somebody who understands freaking civics. Holy crap.
I know.
Wow.
I loved it. I was just like, what? This is the blueprint. Literally everybody should have that answer.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Because civics. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He understands it. He understands civics. That's fantastic. Good for him.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Wow.
See, this is why I don't know. I mean, listen, I love Governor DeSantis, but it's still a fight. Okay. There's a lot of time and I don't even know.
Again, that's one issue. I don't know where he stands on everything else, he looks back. What was I? Oh, was I not? You kind of froze up on me too.
Your sound was just like dead for a second.
Okay. I don't know where he is on every other issue, but I do like his stance on that. That's fantastic. You go, Sununu. And I like your last name. Sununu. So many Nunus. So many Nunus.
And so many nobodies. Like, I don't know who this guy is. You're in Texas. Do you know who Will Hurd is?
I've heard of Will Hurd. Yes, I've heard of
him. He's apparently thinking about running for president.
Well, good for him. Good for him.
I guess the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Let's hear.
He needs a cowboy hat, though. He doesn't look like
maybe, yeah.
You know what I mean? He has the glasses and everything. He doesn't look like he's from Texas, but I like that he's from Texas. So let's hear from him.
Yeah. So here he is on a potential run.
Before I let you go, when do you plan on making a decision?
Look, a decision has to be made about my future sometime very soon. And like I said, I never leave. I always leave open.
Before or after Memorial Day at this point?
I think a decision on anybody on what their future in politics has to be done before Memorial Day.
All right. Well heard.
Who is that? I have no. He doesn't sound very
sure of himself.
Sure of himself.
Yeah. Right. He seems kind of nerdy. I was like, but listen, never underestimate a guy who seems kind of nerdy.
You just never know. So, okay.
Never
so
do.
Jennifer says, no, Will Hurd is a known Trump hater. I mean, I don't know if that's a disqualifier from him running. Like,
shouldn't be a disqualifier. You know,
he can hate whoever he wants and still run. Right?
Could be.
Like, how is he on policy? I don't care who he hates.
No, exactly. I have to know what his policy stance is on. I need to know what the deal is there.
But he probably does need to sound at least a little more confident, just in general.
I need to see some balls. I need maybe not the actual balls. I don't need to see his actual balls, but I need to see some ballular strength there.
Yeah,
is what I need to see. And I wasn't hearing a lot of ballular strength. I just need to start seeing that. So we'll see. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on. There is an update about the House Oversight Committee's investigations into the Biden crime syndicate, as I like to call it. And it's not good, you guys. It's not good because apparently there are some key witnesses, informants, and whistleblowers who are missing.
Oh, surprise.
What the hell? So here is
Hillary. Somebody.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But here's James Comer filling Maria Bartiromo in on that.
Extraordinary, and it is stunning that some people are missing. That you need to prove this. Who in the White House is intimidating these people? Do you know?
Oh my gosh.
I do know. We're saving that for a later time. But I can tell you one thing that a lot of people don't know. When I issue a subpoena to a bank or to an individual, the second I issue that, Jamie Raskins gets that. And when we get information in from the bank or from any individual, they make two copies, one for the majority, which are the Republicans, one for the minority, which are the Democrats. And my biggest problem with the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee is they're acting as a criminal defense attorney for the Biden family. Not only are they not working with us, they're obstructing every step of the way.
Wow.
Okay, that is so not okay. Everybody should be freaking out about that. First of all, second of all, where are the people? Like, people should be going. Okay, so did you see Maria's face? She was like, "They're missing." Like what? And did we not call this a couple weeks ago? We talked about this. We're like, okay, so whistleblowers, people need to be concerned about their safety, and now people are missing. Yeah, they've been Hillaried.
I mean, that's some pretty scary. That's some scary shit.
Yeah, it's scary. Everybody should be asking the question. People should be like putting that out there. Where are they? Like where? Oh my gosh.
It's kind of a big deal. I mean, I'm just saying. It seems important.
That seems like, no, it seems like more than kind of a big deal. That is a massive deal. If people start missing because they point fingers at the Biden family, it's like they start getting killed off because they start pointing fingers at the Clintons, and now they're missing because they're pointing fingers at the Bidens. We live in a third world country at this point.
Yeah.
That's a massive, massive deal. And when the DOJ is like in bed with it, oh my God.
So just wanted to give everybody an update about that. Meanwhile, what's our president doing? He's like giving commencement addresses at Howard University and stoking the flames of racism just as hard as he possibly can. Here he is just saying this will never be something Democrats let go. They'll never recognize all the progress that has been made. They will never recognize that America is the least racist country in the world. They won't recognize it because they're too busy creating all the hate. Here's our president.
Has long torn us apart. It's a battle that's never really over. But on the best days, enough of us have the guts and the hearts to stand up for the best in us. To choose love over hate, unity over disunity, progress over retreat.
Oh my God.
To stand up against the poison of white supremacy, as I did my inaugural address, to single out
Oh my God.
as the most dangerous terrorist threat to our
I can't.
homeland is white supremacy.
That's it. How can they cheer for that? That was
I'm not
God,
saying this
by the
because
way.
I'm of the black HBCU. I say it wherever I go.
Really?
What a piece of crap that
How
guy
can
is.
everybody in that place not be insulted by that? Seriously.
Because they all buy it. They all buy that
Well,
same tired narrative.
This is the thing. I mean, how can all Black people not be insulted by this at this point? And those students, those graduates sitting there, how can they not be like, he is pandering to me at this? He is.
Yeah.
I mean, you are graduating from college, and that old, nasty, decrepit, like disgusting old, like just senile man who is a race baiter. He is a proven race baiter, is just pandering to you. That's what he's doing. And you can't see that? Like, I'm embarrassed for you that you can't see that. Because that's what he's doing. He's using like the playbook, and he's pandering to you. Like,
So hard.
It's so embarrassing for you. I'm embarrassed for Black people, because there are Black people out there who know that is the truth, that who know that you're being, like, he's talking down to you. How condescending is that? It's a terrible thing that he's doing to you. And shame on him for doing it. Shame on him. Because that's not the biggest terrorist threat to our country right now.
No, of course not. I mean, it's absurd.
He's using you. He's using your skin color as and you're a pawn, and that is a terrible thing for him to do. He's basically being a racist to your face.
Yep.
Wow.
That's exactly right. Disgraced former governor Andrew Cuomo is actually speaking some common sense about the rash of crime that's happening in New York City and elsewhere in other Democrat cities. And he's calling out Democrats in a way that I thought deserved some credit. Hence my name today, Andrew Cuomo. And this clip of him calling out Democrats for not speaking enough about crime.
I want to talk about crime. They don't want to hear the word crime spoken. There is no crime problem. It's all Republican propaganda. Do you know who are the victims of crime? Over 70% Black, brown, and poor. So tell me, who does the Democratic Party really represent, if not the Black, brown, and poor? And when you refuse to address the issue of crime, the people who are paying the price are the Black, brown, and poor. They're paying the price for your far left politics.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong at all.
Look
He's
at
not.
that.
Yeah. And it's weird. Like, are you gonna? He's not
It
gonna.
makes me uncomfortable.
Do you feel dirty? You okay?
I feel a little dirty.
It's a little bit weird. Yeah. But see, this is the thing. Why couldn't he see a lot of this stuff before? I see these people like, now that he's been disgraced and everything, now he's starting to see the light. He's starting to see that Democrats are full of crap and they're pandery and they're wrong, they're wrong. They're just simply awful, wrong people. And it's like, why couldn't you see that before? And now you're saying this? It's like, what? It's like too little too late, dude. I mean, you could have actually helped people when you had a position of power, and now you're powerless and you're doing what? You're doing a podcast or something? I don't know what
I know. I don't know even where that was from. Like, I don't know what he's doing.
I mean, you actually had a position where you could create policy. You could do some stuff.
Well, he was very, very busy killing
a book.
people in nursing homes and writing a book about
how
COVID.
Successful he was during COVID and making money off that book. Yeah. Right. I mean, it's like, what a jerk that guy is. I know I have a lot of feelings about that, because it's just, I mean, I'm glad I'm happy that maybe he's seen a little bit of light, but
the way to say that you have a lot of feelings about something now is to say that you feel some kind of way.
Is that what people are saying now?
That's how you say it now. It makes me feel some kind of way.
It's kind of like when people say I'm speaking truth to my power. Is that or speaking truth to, I hate that phrase. I'm going to speak truth to power. What does that even mean?
It just means you're going to go talk to somebody that's like in a position of power. Why do you got to say it like that? Just say I'm going to go talk to Andrew Cuomo.
I hate that phrase. Speaking truth to power. That's so dumb.
Just a reminder of how batshit Hollywood is. Marcia Gay Harden, who you may know from such things as all kinds of things that I can't name right now.
You guys remember her in that movie? Was it The Fog? The Stephen King.
I didn't see that.
No, it was The Mist. You guys remember the movie The Mist? She was that crazy woman in The Mist. You guys remember?
Wasn't she in what's the like S&M, like the super popular S&M movie that was based on the books?
The deviant sexual movies that you do, you perv.
No, this is a book that you read way before I ever picked it up, you perv. Remember?
Was it? I don't.
The Shades, the 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, she was in 50 Shades of Grey?
Yes, she was the mother. She plays the mom of the dude of Christian Grey. Yeah.
Okay, yes, I am guilty. I did read those books. I did. And then I made
and you're the one that told me about it, so you don't get to call me a perv.
Okay, listen, I did it. It was just, I needed to see what all the hullabaloo was about. I felt like I needed to read them. It was like a book report kind of thing. I wanted to see,
I felt like I needed to see the entire trilogy
I totally forgot she
on
was
HBO.
The mother in that. That's right.
Yeah, she was the mom. So she has 3 kids. I'm assuming they're all grown-ish. They're
Not
at least
really. I think some
they're not.
I think some are teenagery, or at least one is like teenagery, I believe. Yeah, because I know I saw the story the other day and it was a little bit weird.
Well, but I wanted everybody to hear how she describes all 3 of her kids. And you tell me if you see any sort of weird pattern here.
Right.
Okay. Here she is.
It means my children are all queer. My eldest child is non-binary. My son is gay. My youngest is fluid. And, they're my kids. And they teach me every day.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, that's normal.
That's so weird. That's
normal, you guys. It's normal. That's my kids are all queer. One's fluid. What does that mean? What does fluid mean? What does that even mean? Shoot. What is even going on?
Yes. Hello. Are you there?
I'm back now. What is going on?
I too am back.
What's going on with our connection today?
I don't know. That was super weird. I think it's me. I think it might be on my side.
I think it is you today. I think it's you. You have to tell me what fluid is, because I don't know what fluid means.
Okay, so it's when you vary, and it could be moment to moment, that you could be like feeling male one moment and female the next. You're just fluidly moving through the genders.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. And then she said one of her kids was bisexual. Is that right?
Gay. So there's somebody who's non-binary, somebody who's gay, and then someone who is fluid.
Okay. And then
got every angle covered.
I don't understand the non-binary thing either. I don't know what that is.
Non-binary is different than fluid because it may be the same. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm glad we have you, Mock, to explain all of these things to us.
I know non-binary just means that it is not on. It just means that you don't believe that it's just male and female, that you believe you could be anywhere in between. But it's different than fluid, because a non-binary person can be non-binary whatever they are all the time. They don't move between the genders. They're just one thing.
The bottom line is she has 3 children who are not straight. And that should tell you something. It's really interesting. It's like, what are the odds of that?
Well, it's not even that they're not straight, because that is just about sexual preference. It's that they are not even male or female.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They don't claim to be. Yeah.
And what are the odds of that, you guys? And
seems kind of odd.
And furthermore, where's Dad?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
Yeah.
So I know people are like, I'm so tired of this. Just wait, you guys, because what has now been destroyed is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which is a famous Judy Blume book that we were huge fans of as kids. A movie is coming out based on the book. I was so excited.
I was kind of excited
to see it.
And I have a 13-year-old daughter, and I thought, well,
Which is
maybe I could take her with me to go see that, since I grew up with Judy Blume books, and she actually has a box set of Judy Blume books, and I thought this would be kind of neat to take her. I'm not going to take her now. I'm just not.
Well, it's been ruined. It's been ruined because Judy Blume has ruined herself by deciding that the best person to have a discussion about this new movie with is Dylan freaking Mulvaney. And so it was a long discussion. Dylan Mulvaney is wearing that stupid Burberry suit again
that he wears all the time.
God. But I instead of just playing the whole thing, because it's just too much, I took the beginning and I took the end and I fused them together, because those are the parts that just make me the most angry. And I'm so angry at Judy Blume for entertaining this nonsense.
She's like 80 years old.
She's 85, I think.
Yeah.
She looks amazing.
She does look amazing. But I mean, I think, and at first I think she didn't want to do this transgender thing. She didn't really want to, I don't know if she wanted to not be a part of it, or she was agreeing with, what's her name? The Harry Potter chick.
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. I think she was sort of agreeing with her. Like there was discussion of that. And then she got backlash, and then she started like jumping aboard this transgender train. And so
God.
This is the thing. And so I'm out. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm so angry at her.
I'm done.
God.
Right.
What a way to tarnish her legacy.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Just
without question.
Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll just show you this, because just get ready to be, oh my gosh, just get ready to be furious.
It's infuriating.
Dear God, it's me, Dylan, and I am sitting here with the iconic author Judy Blume to chat all things of this iconic adaptation of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret on film.
On film.
If there was one thing that you want people to take away from watching this movie, what would it be?
First of all, I want them to love it.
Yeah.
Because I do. I think that anyone who's read the book and cared about the book over all these years will not be disappointed in the movie. Yes.
And I was wondering, did you go to the director and say, are there any specific moments that you wanted to see in the film, or did you kind of let the director just take the wheel?
There are only two little things I had to tell her.
Okay.
Okay? And I know not to tell directors anything, but one was they forgot about teenage softies. I don't know if
you
remember.
What are those?
Teenage softies were the sanitary product, the sanitary napkin that Margaret bought at the store.
Which are become pads, correct? Like
They're
now
pads.
we call
They're
them pads.
pads.
And what was the other thing that you had to tell her?
The other thing was I had to teach them how to do the exercise.
Which is, I must.
Well, I go, I must increase my bust.
Okay.
But those girls were going,
We must increase our bust!
The proper way is, I must.
That's the proper way.
Increase my bust.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe I got to just do that with you.
Oh my
God. I just cannot. I mean,
Is there anything that you would say to someone new in their womanhood, exploring that? Any advice that you would give?
I just can't.
enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Love it. If you can.
Thank you.
It's hard no matter what sex you are, no matter your gender. Life happens and life can be tough.
What in the world?
She could have chosen anybody to have that conversation with, and she chose a dude. She chose a biological dude. And you know what? And the thing is at this point, I don't blame him. I don't blame Dylan at all for this, because he's just raking in the money.
Oh yeah.
But
you'd think he could afford a new suit?
Yeah.
Get another suit.
Get another suit. Right. Exactly. At least buy another outfit. Because you know what? That's what a woman would do. We'd go shopping, Dylan, and we'd buy lots of outfits and we'd accessorize. We'd do it better than you. So apparently you haven't learned much. But yeah, I can't blame him at this point, because he's making so much freaking money. Sorry.
Is the puppy in there?
Yeah, because I'm kind of babysitting right now, because my husband had to go to jury duty this week. So
are you gonna hold him?
No, I'm not gonna hold him up. I'm just gonna let him sort of be on the floor and see if we can get him to calm down. But yeah, but I don't blame him, because he's making a ton of bank, and it's like at this point people are encouraging it and we're enabling it, and as a society, and all these corporations are throwing money at him, and it's like, and feminists are encouraging it, and so why wouldn't he? And in a capitalist America, why wouldn't he just like take in all this money, and he's going to probably retire at age 35? Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. But it's still, I still hate him.
Oh my God. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting what's happening. And it's disgusting with Judy Blume. You're absolutely right. The legacy is ruined.
God, and I'm not going to see the movie. I was going to see the movie and now I'm not. I'm just not.
I won't
There's
either.
no way.
I'm just disgusted by the whole thing. How dare she? You know?
I know. God.
So gross.
So disappointing. All right. We've got a double whack today. And I have your Charlize's first, if you want to set that up.
Yeah. So Charlize Theron, speaking of transgenders and drag queens and stuff like that, if you guys don't like drag queens, Charlize Theron is going to kick your ass.
And she says so. Here it is.
And we've got you, and I will anybody up who is like trying to with anything with you guys. It's really, in all seriousness, there's so many things that are hurting and really killing our kids, and we all know what I'm talking about right now. Yeah. And it ain't no drag queen.
Yeah. I mean, does she realize like what she is done, like the hill that she's dying on? I don't think a lot of these celebrities, it's kind of like the Kevin Bacon thing. I don't think they understand. I don't think they realize that like a lot of these drag queen story hours and like the kids going to drag shows. I don't think that she realizes that stuff is actually happening. I don't think she gets it. She doesn't understand. I think she thinks that, you know, none of this stuff, she doesn't live in the real world. You know, this is something that these celebrities, they don't get. This is actually happening. And like a lot of the stuff is being pushed down kids' throats. And she doesn't get that. She doesn't understand. It's okay for an adult to go to a drag show if they choose.
I think they're great. They're super, super fun. They've been around forever. And you're not going to find a conservative, I hope, that has a problem with adults going to drag shows.
No,
it has nothing to do with that.
And that is not what this is about. It's about drag and all this stuff being shoved down kids' throats, which is precisely what's happening in our country. That's what's going on. And for some reason, they want to, you know, make this their thing. They want to make it so drag is shoved down kids' throats. Well, I don't know why they want to make that their cause. And for some reason, she wants to make it her cause too, just like Kevin Bacon did. And I just don't understand why they're so hell bent on doing that. I don't.
Because they're stupid. Pervs. That's the only explanation, is that they're all weird ass pervs.
It's freaking stupid. Yeah. And by the way, she has a transgender kid too.
Oh my God. Of course.
She does.
Okay.
And then there's this. This also happened, I think, in the past couple of days. There was Brittany Griner, is that her name? Griner?
Yeah.
She went back to play in the WNBA, which I guess, you know, you can do that after you go to Russian prison.
And so now I think she's being asked about the national anthem, because she's somebody that used to kneel, right?
Yep.
During the national anthem.
She used to disrespect our anthem. And now this is what's happening. She was asked about it.
I'm genuinely, I don't have the answer to this. Was she at any point a man?
I don't know either. But if you hear her, when you hear her speak, you're going to doubt her. You're going to wonder what her gender is.
Well, this is that's the thing. Cause I listened to this morning and I was like, wait, what?
Right.
Was she a dude?
And look at her. I mean, look, it's like you wonder. I wonder. I don't think that's a weird thing to wonder, but yeah.
Okay, so you guys listen to what she's saying about the national anthem now.
Just question: did things hit a little differently when that national anthem played, and just kind of the whole night throughout?
Oh no, it did. Hearing the national anthem, it definitely hit different. It's like when we go for the Olympics, you know, you're sitting there, you're about to get gold put on your neck, and the flag's going up and the anthem's going. It just hits different. But being here right now today. It definitely hits different.
Yeah, I bet it hit different after spending time in a Russian prison. So she didn't kneel. I think she had her hand on her heart too for that anthem. I think she did. I'm pretty sure that she did. Interesting how that works after you spend time in a freaking Russian prison, how you actually have just like a little bit of respect for your
appreciation.
Country. Yeah. Crazy how that works.
I've never heard a woman with a voice that deep. That's all I'm saying. I personally haven't. I'm not.
Don't know woman talk that deep. Don't know woman talk that. 100% a man. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's a little bit. I don't know. I don't know, you guys.
Same. It is time for some My Pillow talks, and you can still get by using code CHICKS at mypillow.com/chicks. You can get buy one get one on the MyPillow 2.0 version, the one that has the amazing high-tech, like cooling technology. Please support them and then support us in the process by going to mypillow.com/chicks, and you'll get discounts on all kinds of things at that link when you use code chicks. All right, let me get you some talks because I got some good ones today. First of all, is this or is this not one of the cutest spectacles you have ever witnessed ever?
Oh my gosh.
Watch her, she moves if she don't.
And that's a puppy.
That is a beagle puppy, it looks like.
I cannot
with
deal
with a freaking deer just loving on it.
Licking the puppy. I can't.
I cannot.
Oh my
take
gosh.
it. My heart is about to explode.
The puppy's like, keep going. Keep going. Why are you stopping?
That's probably the cutest thing I've ever caught on video.
Yeah, it is.
It totally is. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can catch something cuter than that.
That's precious.
Also, I was today years old when I discovered that people are actually tattooing freckles onto their faces.
Really?
Did you know this?
No. Why would they do that? Why?
And it looks ridiculous, you guys. I've not seen, I binge watched some of these yesterday because I was like, what? Why are people doing this? Like, you either have freckles or you don't. You don't need to tattoo them. Like, that's what in the world? But here is somebody that has it done. I think it looks super unnatural. You tell me what you think.
Come with me as I take you on this emotional roller coaster.
It's
of
emotional.
freckle tattooing. This is my client before, and this is immediately after the procedure.
That's
You
right
can
after, so
see
it's not
how dark
healed.
and red they are. And here they are fully healed about 2 months later. Color is fading,
Why?
and each freckle has varying shades and opacity levels to create as much dimension and realism as possible.
But why though?
I don't know.
Why would she do that?
I
People
don't
are so
know.
ridiculous. Why do you just not like what God gave you? Just
I mean, it just looks unbelievably
Lord.
stupid. And anyway, I thought, well, you know what? If I didn't know that was a thing, I bet other people didn't know that was a thing. And I wanted every one of us to know that it was a thing.
Oh my
So,
I mean, listen, I love freckles, but why can't? Why
When
would
they're
you don't-
natural?
When they're natural, exactly.
yeah, it's just weird. This video reminded me of my sister so much. I sent this to her over the weekend. She is not a fan, as you know, of babies. You and I love babies. I love me some babies. I love babies. She does not like babies. And so, but she does love dogs. And that's why I sent her this video.
Well, who do we have here? Hi. Who are you? So good to see you. Thanks. Oh, the fuck? Who do we have here? Hi. Who are you?
It's so her. Oh my God, it's so your sister.
Right.
That's so great.
That is her reaction to meeting babies. She's like,
She's
ew.
like, ugh,
She just is so
God.
grossed out by babies.
Oh God, so gross.
Oh
So
my God.
disgusting.
Also, you're about to feel so old, you guys. Are you ready to
Yes,
feel
I'm ready.
super old? Oh
I'm
my
ready.
gosh. Look at this.
My shock and awe when I find out how old some of these actors are when I used to watch the shows.
This is gonna make me feel so. I hate these.
Because I was today years old when I found out. I'm 54. I am 1 year older than Mr. Roper.
Oh my God, I hate these.
1 year.
That's
He
terrible.
did Three's Company. He's 53.
God, he looked like he was about 70.
He was 53 on that
I know.
show.
I can't deal. I saw one of those with a bunch of them. Like, what was
Oh
it?
my
The lady
God.
that did Murder, She Wrote, and like all
Angela
the
Lansbury?
All the Golden Girls were like our age.
Yes.
And they all look like they were in their 70s. I mean, it's just like, it just depresses me. I can't look at those things. I can't.
Oh my God. That
Because
was
it-
horrifying.
they all looked ancient when we were in high school, all of them. And then now we're their age.
We're
And
their
I'm-
age.
Right. I can't.
Oh
do
my
it.
God.
Mhm.
Speaking of age and like shaking rakes at people, this is literally me right here.
Popular opinion, but about 90% of concerts, you could turn the volume down like a lot, and we'd all still have a good time.
Right?
Unpopular opinion.
True. Yeah.
It's
I
so
hear you.
true. It does
Yeah.
not need to be that loud.
I,
Just turn down a hair. You know what I
We're-
mean? A
again,
hair.
We are so old, you guys. We're getting we're getting to that age where like, can you just turn the volume down at the concert, please? I'm sorry, but this Neil Diamond concert is too loud. It's way too loud. Okay.
But the good news about getting older is that you care less and less. You give fewer and fewer Fs. You know what I mean?
It's true. You don't.
And then you realize that you can do stuff like this.
It turns out you can just buy a birthday cake anytime and eat it yourself.
God, that's the greatest.
Nobody checks.
Oh my God. So true. Nobody does care.
Nobody comes after you, man.
I've done that before. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, just bought a cake. Absolutely.
I've bought cakes and pies, and I just don't care. And cupcakes, you just buy
I mean,
them.
why would you not?
You just buy them and then you eat them and you say, happy freaking birthday to me. It's not even close to my birthday. It's November. I was born in August. I don't care. Happy birthday to me.
Also, why do you not have an English Mastiff?
Listen, I'll get one. You guys, we're starting a kennel here. You guys just like give me a breed. It has to be bigger than 100 pounds because that's how we roll. Okay?
Well, these make Danes look small.
I know,
they
they're
make Danes look
gigantic.
tiny. Look at the size of this creature.
I know. They are gigantic.
And that's a Dane.
Our house is a zoo.
It's ridiculous. I love them. Look at the Dane's trying to get up. And the Mastiff's like, come on up. I'll snuggle with you.
Let her out.
So ridiculous.
How do you not have that?
Well, did I ever tell you the story about the Mastiff that one time when I lived in Indy, we lived out in the country there too. I went for a walk. This was back when I was actually like active and whatnot. And I was walking and when you're out in the country, it's bad to have headphones on, but I had them on because, you want to make sure you know your surroundings. Okay.
Yeah.
But I had headphones on. It was a big mistake, but I saw the shadow in the corner of my eye and I'm like, okay, it's not a car. It must be a person. Oh my God. I don't have a gun on me or anything. And I kind of freaked out. And I looked to my left and it was this gigantic English Mastiff who was running alongside of me. And I was like, okay, he's either going to eat me or like we're going to go for a jog together. And so he ran alongside me for a while and I was like, hey buddy, hey, how you doing? And he was so cute. And he was our neighbor's Mastiff. They had like 4 Mastiffs and he ran with me for a while. And then he got pooped out and he stopped. But man, that dog was awesome.
Oh my God. They're massive.
He was probably like 220 pounds, that dog.
Gosh.
Yeah, he was precious. I love that dog.
When a dog makes a Dane look small, that's a big ass dog.
But they're very lazy. So there's that. Mm-hmm.
Very lazy. Okay.
Yeah, very lazy.
So they would not do what these precious little raccoons are doing with Bubbles?
No, they would not.
Isn't that the cutest?
Their hands.
Oh my God. I love them so much.
You were if you're ever reincarnated, you would come back as a raccoon.
I might.
Yeah. I feel like they're sort of your spirit animal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Raccoons.
I love their little hands
They're
so
happy
much.
and yeah.
And because they're like otter hands, only otter hands don't have claws.
Right.
They just have that. I mean, oh God, I just love them.
They remind me of you a little bit.
This little girl is going through affirmations with her parent, and the parent's like, "Are you smart?" And she's like, yes. And they go through all of these questions. Well, they finally get to an adjective that makes her pause. And apparently she was not prepared for that affirmation. Check this out.
Are you smart? Yeah. Are you strong? Yeah. Are you brave? Yeah. Are you pretty? Yeah. Are you kind?
Not really.
Are you?
I love it. That's fantastic.
Not
She's
so
honest.
much on the kind
She's
thing.
totally honest too, and I dig that about her. We could be friends.
I love that. And I have to close out today with a dressed monkey because look at how precious this creature is.
What is he eating? Oh,
It's
just
like
bread.
some weird foreign roll with something in it. I don't even know. But look at his face.
Is that a Chinese monkey? He looks like Dr. Fauci. He looks exactly like Dr. Fauci, doesn't he, you guys?
Do not ruin monkeys for me.
He does. What's in the middle? Is that wasabi in the middle of that bread?
I don't know, man. I don't know what it is.
Does he not look like Dr. Fauci? Is it just me? He does. He's freaking me out, that monkey.
I just love him.
I feel like he's going to unleash a virus on all of us. Am I wrong? Freaking me out.
I love dressed monkeys. I know I'm not
know.
supposed to,
Good
but I
thing.
just love them. Anyway, those were your talks for today. We do have a
Great
couple
talk.
gifts to get to.
We do, you guys. Okay, so we'll bring it in. I can't bring the dog over here because there's a puppy like right underneath me. And he'll step on the puppy. So
okay,
we're
bringing it in.
We're bringing it in. And then we're gonna have some gifts. I actually got my book, my Ron DeSantis book. It's over there, but I saw it last week from Shelly, and I got my Pez. So thank you, Shelly. So sweet.
Pastor Shelly. Gosh,
Pastor Shelly,
love her.
I know, right? She just spoils us.
I just love her so much. And I got my ornament from the Glens. So thank you very much for that.
Awesome.
Love that. And then got this card. I know this is on the way to you too, I'm sure. So this is from Renee Nadeau, Nadeau. And she says, she wrote a lovely card and she says, as an Army veteran from the Vietnam era, there is no greater symbol of my love for this country than the American flag. This was handmade by me, especially for you. Some of the knots were tied while watching your morning live stream. I know you're a true patriot, and I hope you'll display this with honor on your door during our patriotic holidays. Let me just unwrap it so you can see. Hey, let me try to unwrap it. I should have never raveled it.
Oh my God. No.
What happened? What's happening?
He's trying to eat her. He's trying to eat our picture.
Okay, hang on. I'm like,
it's okay. He's just destroying my office. It's fine. Nothing to see here. It's all good.
I'm fixing it because I've like totally messed it up. Hang on.
I'm destroying.
Okay, here. She crocheted this.
Oh
right?
my gosh, are you joking?
I am not joking. And then like it hangs,
Gorgeous.
right? I mean, it's just freaking incredible.
That is so gorgeous.
I know. So thank you, Renee.
my
I
gosh.
absolutely love it. And the
is
talent of our
spectacular.
community, it like knows no bounds. It's just freaking incredible.
Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
I know. So anyway,
Not with you people, like unbelievable, beautiful, so beautiful.
I know. I just love it.
Right?
I just love it.
I gotta go to my post office today. My post office ladies are always like, "Oh my God, did your people? You need to open stuff in here. Your people like get you all this stuff. Are you like a celebrity?" And I'm like, "No,
No.
we're not at all." But we always get such like wonderful things, and I
Just
have
the
packages
best.
at the little post. It's like a little Mayberry post office, and they're always like, "You get all these packages." I'm like, "Yeah, because our people are amazing, and they make us
Amazing.
all these beautiful things." It's just, anyways, you guys are awesome.
Too much. Absolutely too much.
Cash is sleeping. Coda is currently destroying my plant. I don't know if you can see my plant moving back there. He's trying to eat my fake plant.
Oh my gosh. Leave it to you to not even be able to keep a fake plant alive.
I know, right? Stop whining at people. Stop it. You want
Show him now, because now we're leaving. So show him. Oh, you're muted. Okay. You're muted again, just so you know. Here he is. Look, you got to unmute. You're still muted. Look at his face.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can. Oh my gosh, look.
Okay, he'll say goodbye to everybody. He's so confused. Like, what's happening? What's happening? You guys have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.